Welcome to a different type of video this week. We're going to do a video on my movie collection. So my movie collection is not nearly as big as my video games, but I got them all chronological or alphabetical order. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which I watched one time. 8 Mile is another one I only watched once. 50 First Dates, Adam Sandler. So I'm not going to read off every movie, but 50 First Dates is one I've watched multiple times. Christmas Story, ever since I was a kid. A League of Their Own is another one I watched quite a few times. Andy Griffith Show collection. Angry Video Game Nerd movie was one I had to order online because it was hard to find. This one right here, Atari Game Over, is a documentary which I bought, and it was shipped from another country, and when I put it in, you can only watch it like 5 times, and after that there's like some type of blocker on it. I don't understand it, but apparently since it's not from North America, it's something to do. Back to the Future, probably the best trilogy I've ever seen. Been watching that ever since I was a kid. Yeah, some of these movies I only watched one time and don't remember a whole lot about them, like Black Sheep, Black Knight. Actually, Black Sheep I've watched more than one time, but not a whole lot. Bowling for Columbine, pretty good documentary that I'm currently watching right now. See, when I watch movies, I usually don't watch it all in one sitting. I'll watch make a bowl of popcorn and watch maybe like 20-30 minutes and then stop. Next day I do the same thing. Got the complete Brady Bunch series. Show I used to like when I was younger, when I was a kid. Still like it. We've got another shelf over here. Yeah, the Bugs Bunny and Friends. I used to watch Bugs Bunny all the time as a kid, but since I bought the DVD, I never watched it once. Cobra Kai, got seasons 1, 2, and 3. I have not found seasons 4, 5, or 6 yet on DVD. Although 6 just came out, but yeah, I actually ordered Netflix just so I could see season 4 and 5. I binged watched it one night when I couldn't sleep. It was when I had a tooth removed that day. I drank coffee when I wasn't supposed to, and I was put to sleep for my tooth extraction, and since I drank all the coffee, I could not sleep at all that night. I was up 24 hours, and I went and ordered Netflix and binge watched season 4 and 5. Dances with Wolves, it's one of my favorites. Enemy of the State is probably my all-time favorite movie, individually. Back to the Future is probably my favorite trilogy. Fahrenheit 9/11, another Michael Moore documentary. That one, I felt that it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a complete documentary on, you know, the World Trade Center attack, but there wasn't a single spot in that DVD where they showed the World Trade Center getting hit. Which is funny because in Bowling for Columbine they did show the World Trade Center getting hit. We got Field of Dreams, which was made in Iowa. I know quite a few people who played in that movie as extras. They didn't have any lines or anything, but still kind of cool to see them. Yeah, the Tom Hanks triple feature. I've seen Forrest Gump dozens of times. I've seen The Green Mile a few times. Road to Redemption, or Road to Perdition, I've never seen in my life. Frequency is another good one. Glory, another one I really liked. And most of these are like from the 80s and 90s. GoldenEye is my favorite Bond movie. The only reason I bought that movie or ever watched it was because of the game on N64. Hangover I like. Now let's go down to the next shelf. Harry Potter. I've seen the first movie when I was dating my son's mom 20 years ago. I've never seen the rest, so I decided to buy the series. Eventually I'm going to watch them all. Indiana Jones. I've never seen this as a kid. I bought them at Walmart and I started watching the first one and I just had a hard time getting into it. I just thought it was boring, but I mean the movies were a big hit, so I might have to try again. Yeah, I got a lot of comedies. John Candy. That movie's got Uncle Buck in it. Which other ones? Oh, The Great Outdoors. Jurassic World is another, that's another series. Jurassic Park, I've never seen any of the movies, so eventually I'm gonna watch that. Karate Kid trilogy, probably my second favorite trilogy behind Back to the Future. Matrix. I saw those movies for the first time in like 2009 or 2010. Men in Black 2, but we don't have the first one. The Mighty Ducks movies, I like the first one and the second one. I didn't care much for the third one, which is why I don't have it. Got Miracle, got Monster. My Cousin Vinny is another movie that I bought, but I never watched it. Mr. Destiny was a pretty good one. Then another teen movie I thought was pretty funny when I first seen it, but then I tried watching it a second time years later and had a hard time really liking it. Pearl Harbor, good one. Pixels I've seen one time. If I recall, I think I liked it, so I might have to watch that again sometime soon. The Rambo movies, I never did watch any of those yet. Rain Man, classic one. Road Trip with Tom Green might be my favorite comedy. Rocky movies, I watched those for the first time in, somewhere like 5 years ago. It's crazy because every time I'm talking to like coworkers and that about movies, they're like so surprised I haven't seen so many movies. And I guess I just spent more of my life playing video games and movies. So there's a lot I haven't seen. Saved by the Bell. It's a classic from my teenage years. I always had most guys liked Kelly Kapowski. I always had a crush on Lisa Turtle. Simpsons, I've only got season 4. Sonic the Hedgehog, I thought that was a pretty good movie. I've actually got Sonic 2, but I haven't watched it yet. I don't have it on my shelf yet. There's some movies I don't have on my shelf. Maybe like a handful. Star Wars. I liked episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but all the other ones I've only seen one time and had a hard time really getting into them. Superman movies, or something wrong with my Superman movies, or they skip all the time, so I might have to rebuy those. Super Mario Brothers, the movie, I actually thought was pretty good, but that was actually, Shigeru Miyamoto was actually a part of the movie, which he's the one that created Mario, so that's probably why it was successful. And down here I've got some more Beavis and Butthead. Got Star Trek The Next Generation, all 7 seasons. Got Star Trek Deep Space Nine, all 7 seasons. And Star Trek Voyager, all 7 seasons. So just thought I'd do something different this week. Next week I want to get back to retro video games. So I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next week.